Hello and welcome back to the Master League on Pro Evolution Soccer 2019. I am your host, Cultured Left Foot. Nah, thanks for watching. We'll get all that other stuff out of the way. Right, we find ourselves in second spot, 7 points behind Stoke City, 3 ahead of Leeds, and Tammy Abraham is second in the goal scoring chance behind Patrick Bamford. He has 16, Bamford has 19, so there's something else to fight for as we get into the season. So, the games we've played off screen behind what we did before. Last episode we smashed Birmingham City 5-1, then beat Villa 2-1. We then beat Hull City 2-0, absolutely dominated them and their goalkeeper kept it somewhat respectable. And then we had a very entertaining game against Ipswich Town, 1-1. They're bottom of the league and we just couldn't break them down. They played 4-5-1 and had so many people set defensively. It was ridiculous. And today we play Leeds United and then Millwall, who we struggled against the first time we played them, but we've got a very much new looking team at the moment. Something I wanted to do was go into the negotiations and go and look at players that you have recommended. So I've got a little list in front of me, and these are the people that you said to look at. So from Daniel Villan, he told us to have a look at Said Benrahma. And yeah, he looks pretty good. 24 years old from Brentford. So I'm surprised he doesn't want to move to us. But we'll add him to our listed players for now. Good little winger. I like that. He's got a lot of speed. His little thing in the middle is pretty even, which is good to see. Explosive power 78, speed 77. Yeah, not bad. Decent finishing at 70 for a winger. Good left across. Yeah, a bit of an all-rounder. I like the look of him. He looks pretty good. 24. Mazy run if the computer is in control of him. Daniel Villan also recommended another person, which was Nicholas Fernandez. So I've got to use my keyboard to actually type in. And it was, wow, it was from Defensa. I don't know if they're in the game. It was N Fernandez. Nicholas, I think, Fernandez. I'm not sure he's in the game, you know. I don't think he is. Doesn't look like he's in the game, unless it was an M you're after. But it doesn't look like that either. Although an 82 there for M Fernandez. He looks pretty decent. But yeah, I don't think N Fernandez is in the game. Sorry about that. Baba Fernandez is happy to move to us. That's because he's absolutely terrible. Right, moving on to some other... Thank you, Daniel Villan, for those recommendations. I'm going to assume your surname... If your surname is Villan, that's absolutely amazing. But I'm going to assume it's not your actual surname and it's Villan because you're a Villa fan. The Murfinator, who's been very supportive of the videos and everything, has said we should go and sign Balassi. So I'm going to go and have a look at him. He's 77 rated, 30 years old. Might see if we can possibly bring him in later on. Not that interested in the move to us at the moment. Dribbling is really good. Kicking power, speed, explosive power 91. Okay, yeah, he does look pretty good actually. Maybe something we can look to get in the summer. See what goes on there. I know people are interested in what happens in January transfer signings as well, like going for Bosman ruling signings at the end of the contract. I'll show you them in a minute. Right, Alfie Madden has said we should look at someone called Bonnet. There are 2 players, and it's Lucien Bonnet. There he is, Lucien Bonnet. Oh, Cameroon, yeah, 90. Wow, he looks very, very good. 81 rated right back, only 19 as well. That, yeah, impressed. Very impressed. Add him to the listed players for now. We'll see if we can get him. A speedy right back would be very, very good. I know Richie Delat is very good and being the club captain at the moment, but I'm happy to replace him. And then the last one we had, thank you Alfie for that one. And the last one was Joe Worrell. Have a look at Joe Worrell with double L. 1 player. Plays for Nottingham Forest, 74 rated centre back. He is better than what we currently have. Again, someone I would be quite interested to bring in. So I'll add him to the list. That recommendation came from Daniel, so thank you very much, Daniel. Thank you very much, guys. So yeah, if you want me to have a look at any other players, please do just let me know. And we can go in and have a look at them. I still haven't made a decision yet whether I want to sign Collins or Bisejevic. I've got them on their own individual training regimes now in the youth team. I want to see if it makes a difference. And we'll have to see what happens. I think the other thing we've got to consider is who do we want to get rid of. If we just go position, we can have a look at all the players. So I think we can definitely get rid of at least 1 goalkeeper. Maybe both of these ones are bringing a proper youngster to go alongside Vercout today. as a youngster goalkeeper. Centre-backs, I could happily move on Elphick and bring in someone else to replace him as a covering centre-back, or make Chester the covering centre-back and keep Tuanzebe with a new partner. I think left-back we're sorted. Tierney, Atade and Taylor's fine. We do need a new right-back to come in to support Delat. In the middle, I'm happy with what we've got. I'll try and move on to Tishbola. But McGinn, I'll probably move on Lansbury as well. McGinn, I want to keep McGinn in. He's got an offer on him at the moment. Not even entertain that offer at the moment. But I think Cabaye, Cabizon, Isobe and McGinn gives us good options in that one centre midfield role we have. El Mohammadi at right wing isn't the best. Neither is El Ghazi. El Ghazi's good. He's pretty young as well. El Mohammadi will probably look to move on. Marino's getting on a bit. So whether we keep him, if we get promoted into the Premier League, we'll have to find out. Maybe accept a good deal for him, as he is... how old is he now? He is 33, so he'll be 34 in the Premier League, which might be a bit of a tough ask for someone like that. Actually, he's on quite a downward spiral in his role. Although, yeah, I think he'll do well, carry on playing with us. Grealish, obviously going to keep Grealish around. Green, when I've played him, he's done pretty well because he's quick. He's a good impact sub. I think if we go to the Premier League, it could be a step too far for him. El Ghazi we've discussed. McCormack I'll look to move on. I just think we've got better options in the team. Although I scored an absolute banger with Ross McCormack recently. Unfortunately it was off screen. Codger, I'm definitely going to look to move Codger on. No need to keep him around. 30, doesn't get much game time. I'd like to keep Hogan around a little bit. But if we get some more, if we get a good offer for him, I'll let him go. Davis, 21... He's never going to progress enough, and we've got Gabby Agbonlahor coming in as well. Hepburn Murphy is someone I'd love to keep around just because I really like him on Football Manager. But I think he's going to have to go as well, and that's gone through the whole team. So enough of that. Let's get into the game against Leeds United. It'll be a tough game playing against Bielsa and his army of men that support. So Chester can have a rest for Elphick. Delat will be replaced by DeShiglio, as they're both fully fit. El Mohammadi will come off and be replaced by El Ghazi. Marino's on a down, which means Jack Grealish should be able to come in if he's fit to go. Or McGinn. McGinn is on an up, which I would be quite tempted for. Yeah, I'm going to be tempted by that. McGinn's going to get a start for you guys live on video. Taylor at left wing. Have we got anyone else that can replace him? Atade on an up would be a better option. Yeah, we'll go for that. We'll put Atade in there. Abraham is on and up, so we'll keep him up there. Scott Hogan come off the bench, and we'll put Taylor on the bench. Taylor's someone that I'd be interested in selling as well. Don't really need to keep him around with two out-and-out left-backs. Can we have a place for Isobe on the bench? No, Cabezon's in better form. We'll keep Grealish and Weir on the bench. Sergei Sampo has been a bit of a useless loan transfer, Sergei Sampo. He's not been very good when we've played him, and now that we've brought in the other players, I don't know. We won't be renewing his loan, put it that way. We are going to look to bring in Sammy Abraham. That performance in the West Midlands derby, it was absolutely incredible, getting a hat-trick. So we're going to definitely look to bring him in. Was it 4 goals actually he got? He might have even got 4 goals. But here we go then, into the game against Leeds United. We're still sticking with the mods and the update packs and everything like that. So let's see how we get on in this game. So it's the battle of the top goal scorers as well. Bamford versus Abraham. And obviously we're going to be looking for Abraham to get the lead in the goal scoring stakes as McGinn lays it back to Tierney. Back into McGinn, who had a good bit of movement there. And now he looks into Abraham. Abraham back to McGinn. Tierney up to Atade. Back to Tierney. Looks for Atade's run again. There's not much on here. Into Tierney. First time cross. Into Garcia with a header. Just couldn't get on the end of it. And Cooper manages to get it away. And Hernandez completes the clearance. But here come Villa again. Garcia flicks it around the corner to McGinn. Atade tried to poke that in towards Abraham. Didn't have the best body position to finish that cross. Garcia closes that down. But Blackman dives on it and Leeds hold on. Cabaye picks it up in the middle of the park. Garcia back to Cabaye, into McGinn. Out to Garcia, into Abraham. Flicks it around the corner. Garcia, he hasn't got the pace. He has a go. Oh, just past the post from Raul Garcia. And he's another one. If we get a good offer for him, the Premier League might be a step too far if we do get promoted. But in this situation, great back heel from Abraham. I realised Garcia didn't have the pace to accelerate away. And we have a go as the game is being shown live on Sky Sports for the Master League in this game. So it's into Bamford's feet. He turns, lays it out to Sam Dallas, looking back in, and Elphick defends that really well. Although it comes back, Tuanzebe's there, lets it run across. And Villa really haven't dealt with this well defensively. Pablo Hernandez with a turn. It's flicked back to Bamford. who sticks it in, and it's 1-0 Leeds. Their number 9, Patrick Bamford, gets the goal. And that puts him further ahead of Abraham in the stakes. And that all comes down from Villa's really, really slack defending. It just was not very good at the back from Villa there. Elphick did well at first and then really messed it up. As he tried to attack it, Tierney should have cleared it. He comes all the way back. Great little turn there from Hernandez into Kilch. And then it's a flick that deceives Elphick at the back. And Villa find themselves 1-0 down. So Tade comes forward. He's got McGinn inside, but goes over to Abraham. But it's intercepted quite easily, and Hernandez looks to bring this away. Tierney was putting him under pressure, but really Leeds not under too much pressure at the back at the moment. Bamford brings that down really well. And that's a lovely ball over to Dallas, who's got in behind. He shoots, and it goes past the post. And Villa living on a bit of a knife edge at the moment. Bamford did incredibly well here, as we see in the replay. And then a lovely dink over to Dallas, who brought it down, took Elphick completely out of the game. And he fires it wide. Leeds are playing some very nice football at the moment. It's come back out to Dallas. And Elphick's been drawn all the way out from centre-back. But he's managed to cover that well. El Ghazi goes to pressure Douglas and does. Garcia can't get there. Tuanzebe clears that up. Goes up the line looking for Abraham, who's beaten to the ball. And Leeds United are showing why they can feed Bamford with a lot of chances here. Back to Hernandez on the wing. Into Bamford again. He's saved by Nyland, who pounces on the rebound. And Villa are going to try and launch a quick counter-attack here. But Leeds United get men behind the ball, and Villa are going to have to be patient. So Tierney has it. Sees the run of McGinn. McGinn into Abraham. Back to McGinn with a shot. Oh, it's fired past the post. A good one too with Tammy Abraham, but just couldn't get it on target. And that is one of McGinn's downfalls, is that he really struggles with a bit of shooting every so often. Tierney into McGinn. McGinn 1-2 with Abraham's shot. It was just a little bit behind him, the layoff. But again, Villa have to stick with this patient approach and really try and build it up and get Leeds to move out of the position. Bielsa's got them well drilled. And Kilch could be in. He brings it down. He's hit the bar. Oh my God, that literally came out of nothing. Tuanzebe will see that off. Wow, what an opportunity that was, as we see the replay here. Long ball just over the top, splits the defence. Kilch brings it down with a wonderful first touch and then rattles the crossbar as it goes behind for a goal kick. And Villa are living on edge here. They are not playing anywhere near as well as we know they can. So Kabay in the middle of the park, out to DeCiglio. DeCiglio, there's not many options. He sees McGinn in a bit of space. Into Abraham, round the corner to Garcia, who's in, he shoots, and it's 1-1 out of nowhere. Leeds United hit the bar at one end, and Raul Garcia makes it 1-1 at the other. And it was good, patient football here, not rushed. McGinn into Abraham, round the corner with a nice flick into Raul Garcia. And it's a lovely goal, and they both run off doing the aeroplane. And it's just the patient play. Leeds switched off for just a second, lovely pass in. And then Garcia just hits that really well around the goalkeeper. And it's 1-1. And Leeds are probably feeling very sorry for themselves because they have absolutely dominated this game. DeCiglio into Abraham. Back from Abraham to Kabay. The shot goes past the post. He hit it with a lot of power. It wasn't the most accurate of efforts, and it didn't even get a replay. McGinn has it into Abraham, and McGinn's gone again. Can he find him? He can't. Luke Ayling plays it back sensibly to Blackman. Now El Ghazi will try and win this, and does. He brings it down. El Ghazi fancies a go from range, and it's a good hit, and Blackman makes a save. I think El Ghazi saw him slightly out of position after that clearance. And it's a good hit. It's lots of Villa players are playing for their places, and they know it as well. El Ghazi got a bit lucky with that touch there, but nothing in front of him, so it's a hit, and it's a good save from Blackman to turn it round the post. And Aston Villa get a corner. Let's go for the old-fashioned love train. Everybody just getting into position as Kabay looks to swing this possibly onto about the penalty spot. That's where it goes. Up for Tuanzebe, who's beaten just about in the air. And Atade can't get to the rebound, and Bamford is pretty much up there all on his own. DeCiglio, it looked like a foul, but the ref plays advantage. Into McGinn, McGinn to Abraham. Abraham out to El Ghazi, into Garcia. Abraham back to McGinn with a shot. Oh, that is inches past the post. Absolutely, the youngster now coming into this game. There it is, McGinn to Abraham, El Ghazi to Garcia to Abraham, back to McGinn, and a fierce shot. And it hits the back stanchion, and the youngster's very, very unlucky. Abraham lays it back to McGinn, looks for the runner of Garcia, flicks it round him into El Ghazi, back to Garcia, Abraham, Garcia, and what a move this is, it's squared, oh, he just couldn't find McGinn, and it's very, very unlucky as Bamford comes forward now and Leeds look to counter. Tuanzebe holds him up, doesn't want to dive in and go wildly out of position. The ball over the top looking for Dallas, and it's Dallas v DeCiglio. DeCiglio wins it. Nyland gets there, back to DeCiglio, and Aston Villa just calm and composed on the ball. Goodbye as we go into added time, trying to feed that through to Raul Garcia, but it looks like it's going to go in 1-1 at the break, and it's turned from a one-sided Leeds United game into a pretty even game. Aston Villa being forced to have a few shots from range, but overall it's been a pretty even game. Pretty good. You can say Aston Villa just about edged it as the half continued. We're going to just have a little check on fitness or anything. Again, Kabai's fitness is really struggling at the moment. We'll give him a little bit longer because he is bossing it in midfield, but maybe Cabizon will come on to replace him. So Garcia on the right hand side into Garcia, sees the run of DeCiglio and then tried to, that's a very poor pass from the Juventus man on loan at Villa, and you'd expect better from an Italian international as Hernandez lays it into Kilch, who had that gilt-edged chance and missed it to put Leeds 2-0 up, smacking the crossbar from 6 yards as Douglas holds on to the ball. And I'm not too sure Leeds really know what they're doing at the moment. They're just sort of passing it around the back, not really pressuring Aston Villa's defence at all. As Ayling holds on, puts it into Mirren. Mirren through to Bamford. Bamford back to Baker. Looking over top to Siglo with a good header. Watch that well. El Ghazi up to Abraham. Back to Garcia. El Ghazi goes again. First time into Abraham's path. Abraham just looks to cut and turn and then feeds a wonderful ball into El Ghazi, who looks to just try and fake his defender out of it. Sees the run of DeCiglio. Puts a ball in low. It was looking for Abraham and didn't get there. DeCiglio, a little 1-2 to keep possession. And then Kabay has got lots of time and space. And we know he can hit them, but he didn't hit that one very well at all. So Bamford has it into Kilch. Kilch looking out to Pablo Hernandez. Looking back into Kilch, but Nyland comes out and dives on the ball very well. And then rolls it out to McGinn, who just goes back to Elphick. Elphick comes wide to DeCiglio, and it looks like Villa are going to try and build something from the back here. Into Kabay, Kabay into Abraham, back to Kabay, sees the run of McGinn, up into Abraham's feet. Abraham round the corner to Garcia. He's just run out of a little bit of momentum there, Garcia. Into DeCiglio. DeCiglio looks for Abraham, who gets there, lays it back. Garcia shoots, and it's an absolute rocket. It's an absolute rocket from Garcia. And when you get someone in as good as him, that is what you expect as he celebrates up into the corner flag. What a hit that is. That is a phenomenal shot. No keeper saving that. Abraham with a lovely layoff. And Villa worked that all the way out from the goalkeeper up the pitch and put it away absolutely wonderfully. So as we see it here, the build-up. Back Garcia into DeCiglio. DeCiglio, good run from Abraham. Abraham lays it back and Garcia's absolutely rifled that into the top of the net. That could be up there for Villa goal of the season this year. As Abraham here lays it back and look at that. Boosh! Just hits it with the laces right into the roof of the net. It's 2-1 Villa and Leeds must be kicking themselves. So Bamford picks up a nice little ball through and he's tried to dink that into Dallas's path. DeCiglio couldn't get there. And he finds it into Bamford again. Bamford shoots and it goes just past the post. He got in front of Tuanzebe. Unlucky from the big forward for Leeds. But yeah, Leeds struggling well here. Over the top. DeCiglio just couldn't get there. And then he cuts it back into Baker, I think it was. Baker around the corner and Bamford had a shot. Nyland looked like he had it covered, but Villa just about holding on. So it's a corner to Leeds United. A cheap corner given away. Nyland made a save. And Mirren's there and he's hit the post. And DeCiglio tries to put his foot through it. Can't. McGinn's lost out as well. Elphick comes sliding in and Atade just hoofs it as far away as he can. And Leeds United have hit the woodwork twice. And they've been very, very unlucky. And Villa are on the back foot here as it's dinked out towards Hernandez. And Atade's trying to cover it. He can't. In it goes to Tuanzebe. Does very well to get there in front of the Leeds attacker. And Leeds have left themselves open a little bit. But so have Villa. As Bamford shoots, Nyland makes the save. And Villa just really need to regain their composure here. They just could be in danger of throwing this away. I mean, Leeds United very unlucky to not be winning. Or at least be even in this game. They've created some great chances. Garcia into Abraham. Back to Garcia. As Douglas just gets in and robs it. Back to Blackman. And Leeds United keep possession. As Pablo Hernandez looks to get in. Atade's going to have to cover from left wing. He gets a foot in. And wins the throw in as well. And I think we're struggling. Because Johan Kabay is just struggling to make up the ground with a bit of fitness now. So we'll bring Cabezon on for Cabaye, and he gets his first nice gentle touch from that throw-in and just plays the sensible pass. So Cabezon plays a nice 1-2 with McGinn. McGinn comes forward, sees the run of Abraham. They're just letting him go here, and then holds it up, finds El Ghazi, looks to dink it into Abraham with a header, and he's got his goal for the game and pulls out the celebration that we all know and love. It's Tammy Abraham with a goal. He's equalled Bamford on the day. Now he just needs to get a couple more to make up the deficit. And no one pressured McGinn as he came forward. He held it up, turned, and El Ghazi, lovely little dink cross in. Abraham in acres of space. You can't give him that much space. And the header flies into the goal, and it's 3-1 Villa. And Leeds United have been so unlucky in this game. It's unbelievable. And now Villa are really in their stride, playing some lovely stuff. Abraham, oh, it was just a great tackle to take it away from the feet of Garcia, because McGinn had made a great run into the box there. As the Cabezon intercepts well into Deciglio. El Ghazi into Deciglio again. He'll just play the sensible football, and this is much better from Villa. They're really starting to dominate possession, but Cabezon's given that away, and there's a potential chance here for a counter-attack. Villa seem to have got numbers back, and they force Leeds United back as they go long. And Tierney does well to intercept that one. So McGinn picks it up into Abraham, round the corner to Garcia. Back into Abraham, looks for the run of McGinn. It's just intercepted. And McGinn was so unlucky to try and get, like, really unlucky. Good run to try and get on the end of it. Leeds give it away again. The Leeds are really trying to force the issue now. As Tierney picks it up into Cabezon. Cabezon to McGinn. McGinn round the corner to Abraham. Into Garcia. Good run from El Ghazi. El Ghazi sees the run. Into Cabezon. Oh, it's inches away from his head. So unlucky for the central midfielder. And Leeds bring on Berardi for Pablo Hernandez. But that's probably going to be the end of the game. It's currently 3-1 Aston Villa. El Ghazi gets it. Trying to find Abraham. He does find him. Still gets to Garcia, who puts in El Ghazi again. They're leaving him in a lot of space. El Ghazi tries to dink a high ball in for McGinn at the back post. But he's headed away. And there's the end of the game. Villa come back again from 1-0 down. And this time they win it 3-1 with Raul Garcia getting a brace. Hugs all round for the Aston Villa team. And that is a performance of champions. Lovely stuff. Okay, so we have received an offer for Tishbola. It's above... Oh, it's above his... I'm going to accept it because he's nowhere near our first team anymore. We'll just accept that. He can be gone and get off the wage budget. There we go. So we increase our transfer budget and wage budget with the sale of Tishbola, who has gone. We'll be back for the second game as we just see who's been called up to the national teams. There we go. We'll be back for the second game against Millwall. And here we are for the game against Millwall. We're looking to get back-to-back wins, or back-to-back wins, I think it would be. As we're closing in on Stoke, we're still trying to get Abraham that Golden Boot award. So he starts up front again in the game, and we're going to see if we can get him some goals in this game against Millwall. And that's a poor pass out of the back. It goes into Morrison, who turns to get a shot off, and Nyland makes the save. And we've got to be wary of the two big front men in Morrison and the other guy whose name I can't remember. As Gregory, that's it. Morrison and Gregory from Millwall, because they caused us all sorts of trouble last time. Tierney into Moreno. So Tierney's gone back out to left wing at this point, and we're playing a Tade at left back. We've got El Mohammadi at right wing, and the two in the middle in front of Cabaye, Moreno and Garcia, are two most technically gifted players at the club. As it goes back to Cabaye, into Moreno. Moreno looks to go into Abraham. Abraham tries to hold it up. He just gets crowded out, and Millwall look to break. So Skelak comes on the left-hand side for Millwall, up against Delat, who's back in for Deciglio today. And Garcia comes forward and then leads it into Moreno. Lots of space on the left-hand side for Kieran Tierney, who comes forward. He's still going, Kieran Tierney. He's got a lot of space to go into. Sees the run of Moreno. Puts that just a little bit too far in front of him. Millwall live to fight another day, as Cabaye's not even going to challenge that header against Morrison. But Tade picks up the loose ball. And that's good, like, passing football there between Moreno and Tierney. Abraham lays it off. Garcia fancies a go from range. Oh, it's held, and Abraham was ready to pounce if Martin didn't get that at the second attempt. Villa are just struggling to get control of the ball in the middle of the park, and that's where they're most dangerous. When they can get Moreno, Garcia and Cabaye on the ball, we know that's when they can be at their most dangerous. But Millwall are just dominating it with strength at the moment and crowding the midfielders out, which is quite a good tactic from the Millwall manager to try and dominate that central position. As Skalak puts in this corner, Tuanzebe gets up, so does Chester. It's not fully away yet, but Garcia manages to put his foot through it. And now Abraham comes forward. He holds off Wallace. Lays it into El Mohammadi, who's got a lot of work to do here. El Mohammadi. He's just going to hold this up. Lay it off to Tierney. Tierney sees the run of Abraham. And he just didn't put enough on it. And Cabaye, what a volley that is out to Richie Delat. Richie Delat holds it up into Garcia. Around the corner to El Mohammadi. El Mohammadi, one more on to Delat. Is he going to get there? No, he's not. But the Millwall defender wasn't letting it row out. He thought Delat might just have the pace. So he clears it for a throw. Delat into Garcia. Back to Delat, who's going to hit this in, looking for Abraham, who gets up for the header. And it's cleared away by Cooper. El Mohammadi back to Delat again. Just looking for an option. He goes all the way across to Atade, just to create a little bit of space. Atade into Moreno. Moreno flicks it out to Delat. Delat into Garcia. Around the corner to Abraham. Back it goes to Moreno with a shot. And what a save from Martin. A flying, diving save to deny Moreno. And again, it's good. This is what I mean. When Millwall don't snuff us out in the centre of the park, we can afford to do things like this. And that little bobble just took the pace off the ball as it went back to Moreno, which stopped it going in. But we're going to go for the train again. Tuanzebe got on the end of it last time. So Cabaye's just going to try and get this over Wallace's head and into the front post, as Abraham couldn't get there. Tierney picks it up and then just has a look to see what we can do. Tuanzebe to Garcia into Abraham. Didn't quite get it round the corner. And Chester will have a lot of time to just bring this down and pick a nice pass. Aston Villa come forward again. This game is following the game plan that Villa want. But that's a terrible pass from Moreno. And Chester then gets in the head above Gregory. Garcia down to Abraham, into Moreno. And then this is where Millwall defend well. They just swarm the midfield with numbers. But there's a hole there, and Garcia's found it. Into Abraham. Sees the run of Moreno. That's got... Oh, what a save from Martin. Moreno was far too complacent and just assumed he had an open goal. Oh, and he's wasted opportunity. And there are not going to be a lot of opportunities in this game. As it goes into Abraham. Round to Garcia. Maybe there's an opportunity straight away. There is. And Raul Garcia scores 3 goals in 2 games. And there's still a long time to go in this one as well. As it's into Cabaye here. Round the corner. Into Moreno. Into Abraham. And that took a little flick, which just about kept Garcia in line with the defenders. And it's a great finish from up close. And it's 1-0 Villa. And now Villa are really starting to show their dominance. It's Abraham. Little back heel into Garcia. Sees El Mohammadi out wide. There's 2 people in the box. El Mohammadi tries to pick out Abraham, but doesn't. But he gets fouled in the process. And is it in the box or not? The referee is going to give the defender a talking to. The middle defender gets a very stern talking to. He's told to cut it out. And we'll have to see what happens here. As El Mohammadi is getting in behind, puts the cross in, and then it is late. It's just outside the box, I think. And it is. And Cabaye is going to go over this. He's going to try and drill it in. He does. It's in there. Oh, how did an Aston Villa player not get on the end of that? Cabaye being clever and keeping it low. And the team knew what was coming. But Millwall hold on. And Atade sees Garcia in quite a lot of space. Knocks it back to Cabaye. Into Moreno. Up to Abraham. Waits for the run, but there's a good foot in. And now, a dangerous free kick here. Possibly for Johan Cabaye to have a go. We'll have to see. You know, I don't think I've ever checked to see if Raul Garcia is close, but he's not better. So it will be Cabaye. I could try and rifle it in that corner. It's a bit close to try and go. There's a little man in the wall there. Let's go over him. So Johan Cabaye. Can he get it up and down? It's hit the wall and deflects straight into Martin's path. Not just not enough on it from Johan Cabaye there. Millwall with probably the last attack of the game. It's Scalak. Looks to put that in, and Chester gets a very odd touch to it. But there's no time for the corner. And Villa go in at half-time. 1-0 up thanks to Raul Garcia's finish. And it's been pretty much total domination from Villa. So Aston Villa get the second half underway here on Fox Soccer. And we'll have to see if the second half holds anything of note. Villa looking to extend their lead. And still, you know, they don't want to focus on getting Abraham that golden boot. It's not going to be the be-all and end-all if he doesn't get it. But it'll be a nice accolade for the striker to have on his season-long loan from Chelsea. As Raul Garcia looks to feed him in. Abraham's there. What a save from Martin. Abraham managed to get round, use his pace and get round the back of the defender as we see the replay. And it was in. And then Abraham plays a 1-2 with Garcia. Gets in and it's left-footed shot. Fantastic save low down by Martin. And Cabaye lines up another set piece here. Now let's try and go a little bit more towards the 6-yard box. As it comes in, up towards Tuanzebe, who can't get the header. Tierney looks to head it back towards Delat, and it's eventually made it there. He'll go into Garcia, to Moreno. Moreno looking into Abraham. It just about finds its way. And then can El Ghazi get on the end of that? Oh, El Mohammadi, a good slide tackle, but it's only to put it out of play for a goal kick. Moreno with a lovely dummy, lets it run and then has a crack from range. And Martin makes a save. And Moreno there with a lovely bit of skill with the little step over as the ball came into him here from Chester. And here it is. Lovely little step over to deceive the defender, and then thought he'd have a go first time, and it was creeping in to the far corner, but Martin got us across with a good two-handed save, and now Cabai looks to dink this one in. It's Moreno trying to get under it, didn't even have a chance to jump as the Millwall defender was far too strong. So the ball into Abraham, round the corner to Garcia. It's flowing football from Villa, this. It's such good football. Garcia tried to lay it back to Abraham. It's got to be a penalty, referee. How is that not a penalty? Abraham's just been taken out when he had the ball. Oh, Villa robbed the chance of a penalty. Millwall get a throw-in. And Villa are stroking the ball around nicely in midfield. And Abraham's got the pace to get away. It's Abraham against the goalkeeper. There's only one outcome. And that's a Tammy Abraham goal. And there we go. Abraham gets the goal his game has deserved. His hold-up play today has been absolutely magnificent up front. And Abraham sticks that away. When he's one-on-one like that, it's very rare the goalkeeper has a chance. As Garcia here, up into Abraham, flick round the corner to Moreno, took the defenders out of the game. Abraham gets in behind and bash into the far post. It's a wonderful finish. 2-0 Villa. So Grealish's first touch, nice ball up to Abraham. Abraham just forced out of that one by Cooper. And Kabai's got to come over here, puts a tackle into Morrison. And Morrison plays a lovely 1-2. Wallace is through on goal. He cuts back and shoots and straight at Nyland there. Really should have done better with that opportunity. What is that throw out? Tuanzebe with a lovely bit of skill that was completely accidental into Raul Garcia. Garcia looks out to El Mohammadi. And then he looks to feed Garcia again. But it's a poor pass. And Martin has a bit of time on the ball and just clears it long. Garcia picks it up into Abraham. Round the corner to Grealish. Grealish back to Abraham. Little back heel. There's a good run from El Mohammadi. He sees the run of Abraham, who sees the run of Grealish. And he's got a score. Oh, he's hit the post, Jack Grealish. A wonderful flowing move from Villa. And I can't believe Grealish has hit the post. Lovely football out here. Mohammadi into Abraham. Runs more onto Grealish. Left-footed. And he's literally hit that square against the post. An unbelievable turn of events. A chance to make it 3-0, and Grealish knows that he may rue that chance in future games. If it comes down to one goal difference in this league to win it, then I'm going to be very unhappy. Cabai to put in the corner. In it goes. Grealish is looking to get under it, and he can't. It didn't even fall to Tierney for the volley, and it goes out for a throw. And Villa will look to make another sub, and it will be Timothy Weir coming on to replace Raul Garcia, who again claps the fans off. Raul Garcia's had a great game, and the referee escorts him off this time. Timothy Weir, the youngster, coming on, not a natural central midfielder, but he's got a lot of pace and a lot of skill, so we're going to drop him in that hole and see what he can do. And here he is on the ball, Timothy Weir, brushed off it with ease by Andy O'Brien, as Martin goes long again. Chester should win that. Morrison gets up well to win it for Millwall, but El Mohammadi, who's had quite a good game. I was just saying before in the transfer thing going through the club that we might have to get rid of him, as Abraham plays it into Weir, who tries to feed Abraham again. And is it going to be the same outcome? It is! Tammy Abraham is there, and this boy is just on fire. We have to try and sign him in the summer. The fans chant his name, and they know that they want the board to shell out whatever money it takes to sign him, because he has been absolutely superb leading the line for Villa this season. He started off slowly, but Tammy Abraham now he's on fire. Absolute fire. So as Villa just keep a bit of possession, they got it back straight away after that goal. I'd be interested to know, would you be interested in seeing me to do a become a legend sort of save or anything like that, if you'd be interested in it? I've never done one before, so it'll be quite interesting, as Tammy Abraham's completely taken out off the ball. And that's a yellow card, finally, for one of the Millwall players. They finally get a yellow card. And it's a bit far out to have a shot, I think. But Abraham here, again, holding it up very well, drawing the foul. And Abraham going down right onto his arse. And Johan Cabai is still on the pitch. 85 for long-range shots. I really want to score an absolute stunner from range. So, do you know what? We're going to have a go. Kabai's going to hit this from range. He has a go. It's gone dead straight. There was no whip on it. And Martin was getting across anyway. But it's a good hit from that range. If it was on target, Martin probably would have had to make it save for a corner. So Wallace comes back onto his left foot. Cabai can't get him. Morrison, what a save from Nyland. A one-handed super save from the goalkeeper. And that is a fantastic save from that range. As the ball came out to the left winger here, he cut back across. Good ball in. Squared, and then look at that. Strong pour up. And it's a great save from the goalkeeper. So the corner comes in. It's Williams to take it. It's Delac gets up there. A great defensive hammer. Romeo has a shot. Oh! Unlucky from Romeo, the winger. A really good effort. And we've got a few people that are a little bit tired in here now. So we'll bring on... I don't really want to take Abraham off. I was going to, but I don't really want to take him off. Scott Hogan's on the bench on an up arrow. I know you guys want to see him a bit more, but yeah, maybe not. So yeah, let me know if you want to see me do any more Pro Evo series on the channel. I would be quite tempted by Become a Hero. Referee. Has he got the ball there? That looked like a very dangerous tackle. But the Master League will always take preference, and so will Football Manager comes out in November or October. So that will be on my channel as well. It was weird. I was trying to find the spot the run of Grealish even. As Millwall look to now come away. And there's a little gap in behind as Chester stepped up and no one followed him. Tuanzebe's got to come across and covers that very well as Timothy Weir just sweeps up. And Villa now look to break as Weir comes forward. Weir still going. He's got Jack Grealish there and there's a run on the left. Grealish just couldn't find him. And I think it was Kieran Tierney. Would have been in absolute acres of space there as Delac commits himself. Timothy Weir comes forward. It's a good ball up to O'Brien. O'Brien turns. Space out on the right for Wallace. Can Millwall get a consolation? Yes, they can. Morrison has been up front working very hard for his team. And he gets the goal to make it 3-1. And let's just bring on a little sub. We'll bring on DeCiglio for a Tade at left back. And Morrison really probably should be getting the ball out of the net. So he gives his team a chance to get back into this. It was good play from Millwall. Good ball over the top there to find... I think that's Wallace on the right-hand side. Low crossing, gets in front of Tuanzebe. And Nyland can't protect his goal that time from that range. As we see DeCiglio come on. And Millwall make a sub as well. But it still looks like it's going to be game, set and match to Villa with 5 minutes to go. It's 3-1. And Millwall have got a long way to go. Millwall are absolutely chucking men forward now. Delac has been done. Morrison is in. He's been forced wide. The angle was too tight to shoot. He dinks that in, looking for O'Brien. Grealish is there. And El Mohammadi then lays it into DeCiglio's path with a great little knock. Abraham out to Tierney. Tierney sees the run again of Abraham, but picks out DeCiglio. Webster covers that well. But can Aston Villa get a final goal here? Abraham into Weir. Goes out to El Mohammadi. Is there a hat-trick goal in this for Abraham? There isn't with a ball in like that. That's a cross of a tired man. And Millwall come forward. That will surely be the end of the game when Nyland gets this ball. And he's going to clear it. And it's still going on. There's the end of the game. 3-1. Another win. 2 goals for Abraham again. He hugs Chester with a lovely embrace. As that is a fantastic result for Villa. Does it close the gap on Stoke City? That's the main question. Stoke City beating Birmingham City 1-0. Meaning they keep that gap of 7 points at the top. But you can see our goal difference dramatically improved. Middlesbrough 6 points behind us. We should be in a pretty safe place now for the promotion to the Premier League. And as you can see here, rankings. Abraham with 4 in the month. Garcia with 3. Assists. Abraham contributing to 7 goals, giving him an average rating of 7 for the month. An absolutely phenomenal performance from the striker. He is being superb. The team of the month has been announced. We get Abraham and Cabai in there, and Raul Garcia as well. Wonderful stuff. This is coming on well. Elphick and Chester and McCormack have all decreased, probably due to a lack of overall gameplay time. But we'll have a look at the fixtures that we've got coming up, and we'll decide when we're going to be back. We've got an offer for Davies, Kelvin Davies, who I would be quite tempted to get rid of. But let's just have a look to see what they've offered. My general thing with players that I'm happy to sell, it's generally a case of if it's above their transfer fee, which it is. I mean, we can just see if we can get a little bit more for him because he is a good youngster. So we can put a selling option on as well. Okay, that's maybe. Are they going to sell him on? We'll try that. I wonder if they've got anyone good. No, they don't look like they're a very good team, to be honest. So we'll try that. There's a high chance of it succeeding, according to our assistant. So that's what we'll go for. Scouting-wise, he's finding players left, right and centre now all the time. 74 and 75 is pretty good. 74, 77. Ben Sabani, he looks very good. I've added him to the list. And we'll have a look at him. But if we go into the schedule, I mean, we've got to come back for the Stoke City game, haven't we? Because that's the top of the table clash. So we'll do Stoke and Sheffield United to take us through to May. And then there's not that long until the end of the season. So we'll be back to face the top of the table clash against Stoke City. But thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. Let's try and hit 50 likes again. The other videos are doing very well with the like target, so let's see how they go. But thank you very much for watching. It's been an absolute pleasure. If you want me to go and look up any players, please just let me know and I will eventually get round to doing it. I am recording these slightly in advance of when they go out, just due to my schedule that I've got free time, so I get as much recording done as I can. But thank you very much for watching. It's been an absolute pleasure. But for now, I'm out. Cheers.